Bruce Ivins' brother, Tom, shows us childhood family pictures. He says he hasn't talked to Bruce in 20 years, and he says nothing to defend his brother.
I stayed away from him, and he could have done it. He might have been influenced, like people are in a position of his. Like most of your corporal people today are influenced by outside people.
Tom, who lives in Middletown, isn't surprised by the accusations or his brother's death.
It was his own fault, I thought. What he did, he screwed himself up. He got involved with the wrong people.
Bruce Ivins graduated from Lebanon High School in 1964. The people who run the Warren County History Center in Lebanon say FBI agents spent hours in their library looking for records of Ivins' family history. The agents also stopped in local businesses.
The FBI was here in town a couple of months ago asking an awful lot of questions about him, and we didn't really know what it was. So when this news came out, it was like, uh-oh.
Mike McMurray owns a store in downtown Lebanon. He also owns the house where Ivins grew up.
I remember the FBI asked us if we'd found anything in the house unusual. And I'd say, well, what do you mean unusual? Well, we can't say. I said, well, then I can't answer your question. No, we did not.
McMurray says agents also stopped in Heritage House Gifts and spent some time in the basement. This is the same building where Ivins' father ran a drugstore years ago. Bruce worked in the store until going to college. The store owner says agents left her store with nothing.
There's a lot of history to this building, but who would guess that this would be the history?
Bruce Ivins, considered to be one of the nation's top biodefense researchers, died Tuesday after overdosing on prescription drugs, according to sources familiar with the investigation. The 62-year-old's apparent suicide came as the FBI turned up the heat on the scientist in connection with the 2001 anthrax attacks. Agents had been aggressively interviewing Ivins' colleagues, friends, and family. They hoped to confirm their suspicions that he was responsible for the anthrax mailings that killed 5 and sickened 17. Ivins worked at the Fort Detrick, Maryland military lab that specializes in researching anthrax as a biological weapon. He had even helped the FBI in the anthrax investigation. But the case remained a mystery years after the first mailings occurred soon after the September 11 terrorist attacks. The FBI director recently told ABC News that he was confident the case would be solved.
We've made progress in the investigation. I'm comfortable that the investigation is on course and that ultimately it will be successful.
The FBI felt they had been close to cracking this case once before, but their investigation of Stephen Hatfield was a mistake. Just last month, the FBI effectively cleared Hatfield, also a scientist at Fort Detrick. The government paid him nearly $6 million amid allegations he was unfairly targeted and his reputation irreparably harmed by damaging leaks to the media. Ivins had not been charged with anything. It's still unclear what hard evidence, if any, the government has against him. Viviana Hurtado, ABC News, Washington.